Today's conspiracy theories, tomorrow's headlines. Most are still asleep and I ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media, and I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine, but the carnal mind is foolish. Obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second itch to me, just to be this out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out.
Hey, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in this world. God bless. Hey, I'm your host, Joseph Daniel Pena. This is 509 Divine Plans Podcast. Today, we have some news for you. Well, it came out about 2 weeks ago, but I just wanted to give it some time to see if there's any emerging details in the storyline. And, well, it is what it is. And, well, I think we got everything. All the details have emerged. Rest in peace, Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise legend. And, well, you know, the story goes that he started opening his mouth about a few things. And, you know, it got out of hand, I guess. And, well, you know how that goes when people talk out of line when they're high up there. And what's fascinating, or, I mean, really interesting, is that just a couple weeks or a month or so before he died, that was actually a hoax that he just dead. So it was like people were trying to cause you know, some type of magic on it, like they were using predictive programming and they were trying to instill that. So it says right here, the most bizarre distraction during Tuesday and Wednesday was the death of rapper Coolio. It was just interesting that earlier the week there was a confirmation that there was an earlier report of a complete hoax, and you know, Coolio was part of it. So before he even came out, people were talking about it. I mean, that's just weird, right? But then you know what? Oh, so what had happened? Oh, jeez. Okay, I guess it was actually not even a week or a month before. It was a day before. A day before he died, there was a hoax coming out online that he was dead. And the next day, he actually appeared dead. Wow. It says, according to CNN, Captain Eric Scott of the Los Angeles Fire Department. Firefighters and paramedics responded to a call at 2900 block of South Chesapeake, 4 p.m. Wednesday, for a medical emergency. They're reported to perform resuscitation for 45 minutes, and Coolio was determined dead before 5 p.m. So, just weird. A whole day before, he had a hoax. Just you don't really hear that too often. Like a hoax of a person, and bam, they actually do die. But I'll show you why after in a bit. Now, this is some pretext. So everybody who's into like numerology or gematria and all of this, here we go. Look, you know, people talk about it, and I'm not really into it too much, but it's just weird. Coolio the rapper died at age 59 with 59 date numerology. And I guess in this numerology, gematria, whatever, 59 also means slave, Negro, Rasta, blues, kill, Freemasonry. So his real name is Artiste Leon Ivy, which is sums to 95 and 76. 95 is reflection of 59. 95 is very important to Jesuit order. As a Jesuit order was recognized by Rome on the day leaving 95 days remaining in the year, and they were formed to counter Martin Luther's 95 thesis. As for 76, that number also fits with the above quoted words. I guess it also fits with slave and Negro, Rasta, and blues. He was born on August 1st, making the date of his alleged internet death on Tuesday, 57 days after his birthday. So 57 also equals out to entertainer, Scottish Rite, world fooled, 666, Satanism, black man, my soul. If we go with the official mainstream story, his death is 58 days after his birthday, which is also cube worship, Freemasonry, Freemasons, and secret society. And of course, Coolio sums up to 33, a Freemasonic number, fallen angel number. September 28 was the 271st day of the year, which matches his greatest hit, Gangsta's Paradise. And Gangsta's Paradise equals 271. Now, those are just a few things. There's way more, and I am not educated enough on gematria to show you and tell you that. So I'll go ahead and let other people do it once you go and research it. I just wanted to give you a little pretext, so there's like some numerology to this. So, the higher up occultists already see a pattern that they like, and it's not for his benefit, right? He's just a slave to him. If he did ever get inside Illuminati. Now, here we go. Here's the videos. These are going to be a bit long, but sit and watch and listen to this as Coolio talks about a few things.
He did the hard research, and we can prove now.
You know what? Here, let me play this in order. This was earlier this year. Coolio started talking about the industry early in April.
Industry a long time. How was it in the music industry? That whole conversation about the gatekeepers real, the rituals, things people got to do, blood sacrifice thing. I don't know if you got into all that, but can you kind of go there, being as though you were in the belly of in the music industry?
I've read about all of that. I only can say my truth, and you would think that with the height of success that I had and the things I was able to do, the amount of records I sold, and actually the amount of I don't want to say political power, but the amount of social power that I was able to achieve, you would think that I would be a prime candidate for this, just to be, so we could call it something, to be a member of the Illuminati or a member of the elite society or whatever, you would think that they would come at me. And I think they did it sideways though. Nobody never got at me directly and said, we want you to join us and we're doing this. That's never happened. But I will tell you, I've had motherfuckers come at me on some weirdo shit, like on some gay shit. I've had motherfuckers come at me on some, oh, you should do this type shit. And I was like, what? Man, why the fuck would I do that? That made no sense. I view that as being inhuman. I view that as, I would never do that. So, and then right when there was some things that I was trying to do that I felt were important, things that I felt were to help other people, shit started happening to me. Went to jail for some bullshit. Got convicted. Well, not necessarily convicted, but because I didn't do no real time, but little shit started happening, you know? And I didn't even address the shit really, because what the fuck? Well, you know, when you're a celebrity, bro, when something happens, whether it's true or it's not true, once it's been said, for most people it's true. Because people don't do research to find out if something is true about a person or not. Whatever they hear, they deem it to be true. So I didn't go hard on, oh, I didn't do that, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. It never happened. I just let the shit die down, continued on my life. Also, I'm at a point right now in my life where there's a lot of shit I know that I want to tell people. It's a lot of things that I want to teach, but I'm afraid. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm scared because I got 4 grandchildren. And I got children that are in this world. I got people I care about. And I got people that I care about that don't necessarily believe what I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I have no fear of death. And I think that those that would oppose my beliefs, they've probably done enough. If somebody's after me or if somebody's watching me, then they know enough of me to know that I have no fear of death. So killing me don't mean shit. It just confirms that what I said was true. But I do have a fear of them hurting my family. So I'm scared about certain things. I don't talk about everything I know because I don't want nobody in my family to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to happen to my people. And if I owe them anything, I owe that to them. I owe them their lives to be able to live their life and not be subjected to any type of harm because of something I did or said. It's already happened once. You know, my oldest son did some time in prison, and he shouldn't have. It was his first offense. And I was going to court, and I seen people having cases that were way worse than his, and not even being their first offense, and them getting off. And they didn't have a better lawyer than he had. Some of them had fucking PDs, but they got off because whether they got off or not, it didn't matter to the world now. But by them doing what they did to my son, it made me kind of shut the fuck up. I stopped talking about what I was talking about at that time because I felt like I was being, listen, I could be making this shit up in my head. It could be something. I realized that I will never know whether it's true or not. But just to make sure that it didn't happen again, I backed off. And now let me say, when I backed off, shit stopped happening. So I'm more inclined to believe that maybe I was right. You know, I mean, like I said, I can't say if it's true or not, but like I said, those things stopped happening to me. That kind of shit stopped happening to me. I stopped getting them weird messages. I'm getting them weird emails, you know. I stopped having that feeling of being watched. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, I often wonder why if people get on the internet and they say shit just for attention. Or they make up shit so that people will want to listen to what they have to say. And I bet you in at least 70, 85%, 70 to 80% of the times, they're doing it to get some fucking attention.
Okay.
And then 10% of the time, people are telling the truth. I've seen some crazy shit. Bro. I seen some shit like, wow. I seen some shit that made me go, what the fuck? Is this really happening right now?
Is it fair to say, Coolio, that your celebrity is the reason why your voice is in danger? Like, is you speaking out?
Say it one more time.
You being the celebrity that you are, and you being having the platform that you do, and your word obviously getting to masses and speaking somewhat to power, is that the threat that comes to you, and it's the threat that it is to them? Like, is your celebrity the reason why you feel as though you can't speak and your family's life could potentially be in danger? Is that the reason? So in itself, to the curve.
Yeah. At one point in my career, people was fucking really listening to me, and they were really taking to heart what I had to say. People believed in me, and when I started doing music, I did music. I made music because I wanted to be heard as a man. I felt like that what I had to say could help people, and it might be important. I had information, or I pay attention, and I might be able to help people. When I went platinum on my first album. When I went platinum, that meant that I went double platinum actually. That meant that I sold 2 million records. Now, maybe, who knows? Maybe one person bought 100 copies. Well, who knows? But for all intents and purposes, then that means that 1 million people at least heard my voice and heard my point of view from a musical standpoint. I've always been of the belief that if you have the opportunity to reach that many people, then you have the obligation to give them something that they need. Now, with music, you give people what they need, because people hate. Most people don't like what they need. People like what they want. So I tried to mix it up. I tried to give people some of what they wanted, some of what they needed. I tried to create this balance. So that's why I came out with the records the way I came out with them. I do some fun shit, try to do some heavy shit, do some fun shit, do some heavy shit. That was my belief. I felt that was my obligation to the listeners, or to my core fan base. I had the obligation to say something that they could use in their life on a daily basis to help them, not just do some shit that was fun, or do some shit that was funny, or do some shit that was gangster. I had to do some real shit too. So, and a lot of people don't give a fuck. All they do is give people what they want. And if you look at music now, if you look at the world in general, from what I see, the balance is fucked up right now. if there's a such thing as evil and there's a such thing as good, with this hand being good and this hand being evil, then fucking evil's up here and goods. Wait, no, goods up here and evil's out winning like a motherfucker. Evil is fucking winning right now. From I mean, I don't know what y'all see, but from what I see, evil is fucking winning right now. And music is part of that. Music fucking influences people. And you know, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. A lot of people try to say, "Oh, it's not my responsibility to teach your children," or it's not, you know, what I say don't matter, you know what I'm saying? I say what the fuck I want to say, and blah, 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 blah. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. What you say, especially if you're as popular as a Eminem or a 50 Cent or a Kendrick Lamar or a Coolio, a Ice Cube, if you're that fucking popular, then what you say has some bearing and some merit. And these children, people's children and grandchildren are fucking listening to what you have to say. And from my point of view, it's your responsibility to give them some of what they need. And that's how I feel about it.
That's how I feel too, dog. Look, man. You guys heard that. All right. So he went through a few things. They asked him, "Hey, man, since you're part of the industry."
The more and more you read and the more you investigate, it's a never-ending story with this. West Coast, East Coast, top rappers.
Whoa. All right. So, you know, they asked him about the industry, and because he was in it, and he had stated, yeah, you know, he was put in some situations, not directly but indirectly, and they had, you know, there was like some gay interaction, so he was pressured, but he was never really taken hostage. You know, that's what he's trying to say. And he's saying that he's thinking that he knows some shit, and he was talking about it in certain ways, you know, and like some deep shit that, you know, probably Snoop Dogg and Tupac and all them had to deal with, you know, on that high level, that Mossad and you know, Rothschild level. Yeah, so he's saying he was talking about it, and his son got thrown in jail, and you know, he was getting a little bit of problems, and the moment he stopped talking about it is the moment all of his problems went away. And then he goes on to talk about, you know, there being a meaning behind you when you have a platform and following. Like you gotta have substance and give your people something real. You know, that's the way he felt. And you know, he seemed like at that time, you know, he thought about a lot of things, and he was understanding that some of the things he was saying was probably correct, and you know, he's on to it. Like he's like, you know, he's probably against the grain of the Illuminati, and you know, he's like, hey, he's gonna stand up, and if he has to get killed for it, he'll get killed for it, you know. So he, you know, he's on the verge of like, he's like, you know what, this is like, I'm thinking he's on the verge of just ready to expose all, you know, write a book, you know. All right, next up, look, it's continuing. So I went in order. Well, at least the most relevant order. So that was in April, right? And so these are just a couple weeks before his death. So these are sometime July, September. We're going to go ahead and play one of them, which is right here.
That we were here when the Europeans came here. We were.
Okay, let's go ahead and.
He did the hard research, and we can prove now that we were here when the Europeans came here. We were here. We are not from Africa. We are right here from North America, which was originally called Turtle Island. We are the original indigenous people of North America and South America. We was already here. This motherfucker was fully populated, bro, when the Europeans came here. We was here, bro.
Facts.
We was here. The Black Vikings, goddammit. Whatever. But we are the original. We are the Native Americans. The motherfuckers with the big noses and the long straight hair are not Native Americans. We are the Native Americans. And you know, so look at it like this.
Mm-hmm.
So we all grew up thinking we was descendants of slaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that gives you a certain mindset, right? But what we really are prisoners of. We are descendants of prisoners of war. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you at war with somebody and they enslave you, you're not a slave. You're a prisoner of war. So now, if you're a prisoner of war, I think that gives you a different mindset. It make you more inclined to fight. It make you more inclined to stand up versus having a slave mentality. And I think that's really important for these young kids to know. They need to know where they truly come from, brother. One of the first, this is something else he found out that I did. One of the easiest ways to trace where you came from is through the census. The census started in 1790. Got that billion, huh? Oh yeah, I did. So far I've been able to trace my family back six grandfathers on both sides. So on my mother's side, my family is Chata, which is Chata, but people pronounce it Choctaw, Indian. And on my father's side, we originated in Apache territory. But I have to now. Do you know what it says on my birth certificate, brother?
What's that?
It says Negro.
For your birth certificate?
On my birth certificate.
Hey.
Do you know what Negro means?
Black.
No. The original meaning of Negro is black object. Which means I'm not really people for property. A black, that's the meaning of my race. What it says on my birth certificate, Negro, that shit means black object. That shit is coming off my motherfucking birth certificate before I die, bro. Before I die, my birth certificate is going to say what I truly am. And I am indigenous. And with that being said, brother, I gotta go catch this flight. I love speaking to y'all because I think y'all important, boy. Y'all important to our people. Let me tell y'all something. I want y'all to do this. Step your game up, my brothers. It's time for y'all to start. Y'all talk about a lot of good shit, but y'all also talk about a lot of bullshit. Fuck the bullshit, bro. Start talking about real shit again. You gonna put you gotta be willing to put your life on the line to do it. Right. Because if you talk about the wrong shit, these motherfuckers will come after you. But somebody got to fucking step up, brother. And so y'all got a platform. Y'all got millions of people that listen to y'all, man. Y'all got to start talking to these young brothers and teach them something, bro. I mean, you still can talk about the bullshit because people want to hear that too. But let's go a little bit further, man. Let's go a little bit further. Let's teach our people something, man. Sure. We got to do it. We got a time now, bro, where it's every man. We need every man.
For sure.
I say that shit when I say, damn. What I say, I don't need my niggas, not some of my niggas or half of my niggas, but all of my niggas too. So we don't need some of our niggas or half of our niggas. We need all our niggas. It's every man on deck right now. Every man on deck, bro. And if we all if we all stand up and get behind ourselves, they can't kill us all.
Facts.
Indeed.
So it's time for us to step up, bro. We have to, or we doomed.
Yes, sir. We know that, OG. We hear you. Appreciate you, OG.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all too, man. I love y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. And let's take it a little further, man. Any motherfucking time y'all want to talk to me, I'm here.
Let's get it.
Indeed.
All right.
Appreciate you, man. Do your
Safe
thing, man.
travel. Safe travel. Peace.
Indeed. Peace.
Yo, so you heard that. Coolio, back in September, he was talking about learning his real ancestry. Now, see, people have been talking about this over the last year. You've probably seen a little bit about the Moorish people, the Tartarian people, the empires that were here before the British invaders and these Masons came over from the European lands. Now, the Moorish people, yeah, like there were a culture here in America, and I believe there are a lot of races here. There's a mixed pot in America. There was definitely Mexico on the left side, and on the right side we had a mixed breed of Moorish and other cultures. When Mexicans were here, he's right. Like the Europeans did come over here and make us all prisoners of war. That's what I've been trying to tell you. If you realize it, we are on our land, but we are under the rule of invaders. And yes, 300 years later, it is still the laws of invaders. See, we have a different natural lifestyle tendencies. We have different rhythms, like, because we're here on our homeland, and genetically, ancestrally, we still feel the remnants of what is here and what was here. And he's right. You can't forget that we weren't slaves. Or even they weren't slaves. They weren't brought over. Everybody was already here, and then it got taken over. Then he goes and talks about right now being a significant time, which is what you hear. It's end times. It's the age of enlightenment, the Great Reset. Klaus Schwab trying to hijack that bullshit. Look, whatever it is, we see that the battle of good versus evil. We see that there's a huge momentum of warfare, like fighting for reality. Like there's this huge area that's very touchy to people's hearts, and it's like it has to deal with like inhumaneness and being humane, and demonism and angelicism, and living in the light and living in the darkness. We kind of see this huge polarity. And so what Coolio says is that we need everybody on deck. He references the songs. It's not one of my niggas, not few of my niggas, but all of my niggas. Yeah, that's the way a lot of us feel. It can't just be one of us, two of us. It has to be all of us fighting on the same side and realizing the same truth. We can't just be separated, quiet. We can't be standing out of warfare, because why? Slavers don't care about the people who are standing still. They're going to murder you first. Slavers, warfare, wartime leaders, invaders, everybody who's weak gets killed first. Everybody who keeps their mouth shut gets killed first. Everybody who takes a stand outside, and the people who snitch, they get killed first. The people who run away get killed first. Who survives? The people who fight. That's the way it's been. And we see it over and over. You can think all you want and pray all you want, but the reality of it is that stones don't get moved until we push them with our hands. People don't hear things until we use our voice. Reality doesn't work until we make it work. and we can't defend ourselves without putting our hands up. So we gotta be here together. We gotta do what is necessary. And Coolio talks about it. He's like, yo, we have to unite. And he tells them straight up. This is, I mean, I tell my friends the same shit. He's like, yo, you guys are awesome. You guys you guys keep it real, but you guys talk about a lot of bullshit. And you guys need to step it up right now. Step your game up and get off the bullshit and focus on what's real and feed the people what's real. Because there's, because if we don't, we're doomed. And this isn't just no joke. Like, if we see the laws that are coming out, if we see the regulations that are being put in place, if we see the systematic and the geopolitical stats, let's just say the global warming or the food shortages or the energy and oil problems or this, that, political drama, science drama, whatever the fuck, we see that there is a threshold that was already hit. Now, beyond the spiritual warfare, there's a threshold. Like things are bleeding in reality. How about that? The threshold was broken of peace. The peace threshold was broken, and we're being subjected to a whole bunch of cataclysmic type of energy. Like, let's just say this is a storm. Earth is going through a spiritual storm. Well, no matter where you are in this world, you're getting hit. We're getting hit. Everybody's getting hit. The animals, us, bugs. Have you noticed that there's not any bugs? Anyways, animals. Have you noticed that the animals are going funky? Anyways, have you noticed the humans are going funky? Yeah, everything is. If we don't unite, it's gonna stay that way. And Coolio says, if we don't, we're doomed. That's the way I say it. I see the same thing. If you're just gonna stand around and let your people get hurt, then you're part of the problem. If you're gonna stand around and let people get trampled on, you're not gonna stand up for your society, your friends and family, and put really like fight this demonic force that wants to overtake and control our breathing, thinking, acting, living, energy, food, spirituality, genders, then we're dead and you're part of the problem. Everything goes to shit if no one stands up, and so that was here just like a couple months ago, man. Look, this was really recent. You could tell that Coolio's energy is rising. Now here's the next one. This is the last one, guys. Check this out.
Let me tell you what I'm cool on today. What I'm cool on today is when something is obviously wrong, or you see something going on, and then somebody brings it to your attention, right? And then you sit there and argue them down about how it's not true. I'm cool on that, for real. Because some things are make believe, some things are fictional, some things are fake, and some things we don't know about. But if something is obvious, whether you've done the research or not, if something is obvious, then why would you argue about it? Okay? And I can go home and drink your energy phone, you sucker ass motherfuckers. I'm cool on that. Shaka Zulu way.
So you heard that. He's like, your sucker ass is home. He didn't really want to say it. He was trying to shelter his vowels in his language. And that's smart, because these AIs and algorithms are definitely listening to all of us. And but if you listen to the first interview, it clearly states, the only reason people are ever targeted is because they're celebrities. If if you're just an average Joe, they don't really care about you. you know, but if you have that potential to be like a superstar, you know, like megastar, and you have the potential to reach millions, thousands, you know, like, yeah, you might like be like, as he said throughout the whole way, he was never harassed. You know, he was never like threatened against his own life, like from the earlier days, right? Maybe at the end, like, yeah, something happened. But in the earlier days, he said that, you know, he was just kind of like teased and approached and told this and that, but he, you know, it was never out of line. Like he said that, you know, I'm sure that it never really got violent to him ever, until probably maybe the end, where, you know, he was understanding that, you know, it's him against whatever forces were against him. So, you know, even if you do have like a large following, chances are you're never really gonna get like actually vigilantly harassed, unless like you're on point to the point where you're uncovering actual people and where they live and like their networks and shit, you know, because I'm pretty sure that's when it all happens. Like, you know, if you, yeah, I don't really fuck with that. But anyways, you guys heard it, you guys seen it. Coolio, rest in peace, Gangsta Paradise. Hey man, go check out my sponsors, Boomer Boost. At boomerboost.com, use coupon code 509 Divine Pines, 10 off for 10% off supplements, vitamins, omegas, probiotics, collagen, lignins, everything, vitamins. Yeah, I mean, it's like literally the best. It's all natural, all organic. They got barley. They got a 70 nutrient super blend. You heard it here first. Go use them. I've been using them for 2 years. My body is grade A. Use some CBD and hemp while you're at it. Visit Tweedle Farms and check out their supply of CBD and oils. They got bath bombs. They have flour. They have tinctures. They have a little bit of everything. Cannabinoids, terpenes, and many flavors. And it's all organic growing. It's right there in Oregon, Pacific Northwest. It's literally the best. Like, we're over here smoking the best flower. You know how it goes. West Coast got the best smoke. Use the coupon code 509 Divine Pines for 20% off your order. And visit Popple Business Cards, digital business card to be exact. You can put it on your phone, you can put it on your desk, you can put it around your neck. You have all these options to have a digital business card. Yeah, you can stick them anywhere. You can actually carry it in your pocket, and all you have to do is put the chip or QR code on a person's phone or in their camera, and boom, you have all your data popping up. You don't need to carry around paper business cards, and if those paper business cards get wet, you're fucked. So you don't need that. This is a digital business card. It's awesome. I have it. It's cool. You put your logo on it. You can actually have a business and a team with it. So if you have about 50 people in your company, you can have 50 different Popple cards all registered out, and you'll have them work for you. And literally, the interactions go up. The way I show off my business to people around, it's fascinating. People are like, whoa, what is this? This is a cool product. This is brand new technology. And, you know, all they do is tap their phone and all my data pops up. So anyone who wants to check out my podcast website, it happens within 1 second. It's literally the best. And also, go visit Pepper Envy LLC, a local pepper supply company, man. They provide the best peppers and salsa. Look, I'm Mexican and I love spicy things. They provide the spiciest. She provides the spiciest. Like, she grows them all herself. She has so many different peppers. Literally, man, too much to count. If you go through her website, you'll like be there for at least a minute scrolling through. You're like, what is this? And look, she provides custom goodies, caramels or cookies every now and then. She has onions and different vegetables. She has wooden spoons. And, you know, I just appreciate how fire that pepper is. Because look, man, I'm Mexican. I love it. I love that heat, bro. Hey, you guys have a wonderful day. God bless you. Peace out. Stay high. Stay blessed.